Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, we are taking a look here at the shorter time frame count. Not too much has happened since the weekend. Bitcoin declined a little bit, but nothing major. So we are trying to figure out if we have already reached the top of this wave 1, which is definitely possible. That's why we've got it on here as alternate wave 4 complete, wave 5 complete. Yeah, and with that, the wave 1 would also be complete and we're heading down in a wave 2 pullback. We need to be ready for that scenario because we have enough waves to the upside on the Bitcoin chart to count this thing complete. Okay, it is possible. I shared that yesterday. That's why we've got the alternate wave 4, alternate wave 5 on the chart. And it's possible to count it as complete. But as a signal that the wave 1 is really complete, I like to see at least a bit of a deeper pullback here to the downside in this wave 2. Yeah? So let me just move that to the side. Just to show you, this could be wave 1 complete, the high of the 23rd of June, and to come down in a wave 2 next, right? How would the structure look like? Yeah, I mean, it is hard to say. If this is already the wave 2, it's just evolving, really. I mean, you can say that this here might be a small wave W, this here is an X wave, and we would come down in a Y wave, but then if the wave 1 is already complete, it would most likely just be a shallow Y wave, because you can't have that much of an extension in a Y wave. I mean, I shouldn't say you can't, because the market can certainly, but wouldn't be common. Now, of course, it can extend, so it could be that this was the wave W, the wave X is unfolding now, and we come down in the Y wave then. It is just something we need to be ready for, because the 5 waves up can be counted. That's why I gave you the key pivot point and did say that as long as we're holding the 28,546 level, we can focus directly on higher. If we break below 28,546, we have to expect to get back into this larger yellow support area, relevant for a deeper wave 2 pullback all the way down to 26,191. Both are possible interpretations. Both are likely. And both are possible and likely scenarios. I mean, there isn't really a way of saying, okay, it is already the wave 2 or we are still in the wave 5. I just want to show you both possibilities, give you the clear pivot points, and that should give you all the information you need, because against the pivots, you can of course trade. And I also shared with you the bullish range that we are in at the moment. So the bullish support level, basically it's a range from the Friday high down to the bullish support at 26,191. So this is the range in which we are, and against 26,191, we can overall focus on higher. Okay, so I would expect at some point to get a deeper pullback here. Now, it doesn't need to come down all the way to 26,191. It doesn't even need to come down to the golden ratio at 27,313. But it's a range here. It is a bullish range. So against that pivot point down here, we can overall focus on higher in this larger scenario of a third wave that could be unfolding next to the upside. Yeah, but before that, we're probably dealing here with a little bit more of a correction. But we don't have a very clear sign of, where are we here in this wave 1? Is the wave 1 already finished? Or is it still unfolding? The price action just leaves the different interpretations still possible. And so I showed you the idea of, okay, what could be if the wave 2 is already in the making, then we should get a bit of a deeper pullback. But with just 3 waves down, we can't really say, okay, we're coming down further. But what I can tell you is we have on the micro level a 3-wave move to the downside. So a bit of a bounce to the upside is expected, and that would probably tell us if that would probably tell us if we are in a larger wave 2, because it could unfold like this: wave W as 3 waves, an X wave to the upside and a Y wave down, or do we actually see a direct extension in the wave 5? So do we get something like that? Wave 3 peaked here. Wave 4 possibly finished here, yeah, and then the wave 5 is extending as an ending diagonal. That's of course possible as well. It could be that this was a wave 1 of wave 5, wave 2 of wave 5, wave 3 of wave 5, wave 4, and wave 5 of wave 5 can always extend higher. Yeah. In the last video, I was asked, I shared different options like this, yeah, and which is the most likely one. Well, you can't say that. You can't say that. These are only ideas on the micro level. Yeah, it's not even worth going to that degree really of detail because it can change a lot. Also, another question was, is it not worth doing the micro count, more micro than I do it already, and I already am really on a lower time frame, to indicate which is the correct wave count? No, you can't. You simply can't, because first of all, if I went even smaller on the time frame, then first of all you see all sorts of distortions on the smaller time frames in crypto wave counts, and then even the lower degree wave counts, they give you multiple possibilities, and that's why we are looking at this. I'm giving you a few options that tell, okay, it is still possible to extend in the fifth wave, especially as long as we're holding 28,546. As soon as we break below that, we basically know we are in a wave 2. And regardless of what's happening up here, this whole thing is still bullish against 26,190. And that tells you exactly where your risk is sitting. So you don't actually need to know more, especially as it's not possible to know more, okay? What I can tell you is that if we break above the last high, the Friday high, then this wave 5 is likely extending, and we haven't even seen wave 2. So to get a clear sign and signal that we are already in the wave 2, I'd like to see a break below 28,546. So that would give us a clearer picture. But yeah, it's all about trade management, I think, in this situation here. How you manage it. It's possible. You need to understand the bigger picture. It's possible that we are already in the third wave. In a third wave, the movement to the upside can be very aggressive. So that means we are in an uptrend. And against 26,190, we can focus on higher. Now, it can be in a third wave that the pullbacks are very shallow. Okay, so the pullbacks can be very shallow, and to trade every single wave in a third wave is just difficult. And it's not only difficult, it's something that you may want to avoid, at least with your entire position, because nothing is stopping this market from just doing a short pullback in a wave 2, one that we might see as a wave 4, but it actually is the wave 2 already. That often happens, especially in a third wave. Knowing that is power, and then just escalate directly to 40K. It's nothing I'm looking for, but I've seen it before. Okay, so you need to think about, okay, how does that impact my trading? What decision do I need to make to be on the train in case it takes off early? Very important. So, I mean, looking at the microstructure, there are always different possibilities, especially in a correction. This is currently corrective behavior. So overall, I'm looking for higher either way. And we've got two relevant support areas, 28,546 and 26,190. Okay. So it tells you a lot about your risk. We're quite far away from the 26,190 level. It would really take from here a 15, nearly 15% drawdown or breakdown to tell us we're actually bearish. So that tells you a lot about your risk. And yeah, again, this is the support area against which we can trade higher. Below that level, again, there would be another scenario, because then we're moving from a short-term bullish scenario into a short-term bearish one. Be aware that even just getting down into this larger yellow area there, which goes down to 26,190, would still be part of the bullish scenario. No problem there. And in an alternative bearish one, but it would only be short-term bearish as well, we could then drop down back into this larger yellow area, which was for this larger wave 2. And then we have a large A, B, C structure, but that will only get relevant below 26,190. Very important. Again, Elliott Wave tells us very clearly against which levels do need to hold for further upside. And we've got 28,546 for direct further upside in a fifth wave. And below that level, we have some clarity that we are likely in wave 2. And then ideally look for a turnaround here, a little bit deeper. And it tells us that we can rally in a third wave, as long as we're holding 26,190. Very important, very interesting. At the moment, its price action makes the impression it wants to go directly higher. It doesn't want to come down that much, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting, and the break above 31,464 will indicate a further breakout to the upside. First idea, if that happens, will be that this is still wave 5. Possibly with a target around 32k, maybe a little higher, depending on how low we go here. But if it escalates aggressively, it's probably already that third wave. That's definitely a possibility. We've had very shallow pullbacks before, which was here. Yeah, very shallow, and people were waiting for a deep pullback, but we had a very shallow pullback only here. So be aware that was also in a larger third wave, of course. So yeah, just to show you that this is certainly a possibility. Okay. So and as per this wave count, the idea is that it will move up aggressively, and probably this fourth wave will be the next longer sideways consolidation, and afterwards this wave 4, and then we'll see. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.